Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel. And today I have a new box to the channel to share with you that's been sent to me for review. It is called Promptly and it is for the creative writer or aspiring writer, or maybe a fantastic gift for the creative writer or aspiring writer in your life. It is $36 plus shipping for a one-time box. And for me, when I calculated the shipping to California, it was under $5. Or you can save some money doing a subscription, and that brings it down to $34.20 per month or per box. And of course, I do have a code for you. It is hinoel20, and that will save you 20%. I think that works if you do one time or the subscription. It'll be on the first box. You'll have to let me know if you give it a try, if that works for you. And always let me know if a code isn't working. Just let me know in the comments or over on social media, and I will try to follow up with the company and help you out. But let me go ahead and read the description of Promptly box for you. So it says that Promptly we help fuel your creativity with a box of goodies you can touch and feel, smell, and sometimes taste. So kind of getting all the senses going there, putting you inside the story you haven't even written yet. Part contest and part subscription box. You submit your story for a chance to be the featured writer for the next month's box. I think that is super duper fun. Now this is the December box that she has sent to me. There's always a theme, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it and see what we've got. So super fun. It looks like the theme is Winter Wonderland, super appropriate. I'm not exactly sure about the deadlines for submitting your story and when it gets featured, if it's 1 month later or a couple months later, because it would make sense to me if it was a little bit longer so that they could have some time to go ahead and review all of the stories that come in, but maybe the box will tell us a little bit more about it. So I do have a little thank you note that says where you can find them on social, and they are trying to get their Instagram going. I know. We have a menu. So it says Winter Wonderland Charity Luncheon hosted by Mrs. Juliette Devereaux. So we have a first course of sweet potato and carrot soup, baked figs, and then second course of pot roasted venison and vegan ratatouille provençal. Maybe it's a prefix menu and you get to choose. And then finally for dessert is candied pears. That sounds delicious. And it does say in this little cloud at the bottom, all proceeds of the auction go to benefit the Natchez Women's Society. So I think this is something that you get to write about. I don't know if it's going to be like a murder mystery or a little bit more about Juliette Devereaux or the causes. Maybe it's open to your interpretation. We do have something from the Natchez Tribune. Now it is supposed to be set in the current day because this is dated for October of 2022. Even though the image of this lady here definitely looks like it's more from the 50s or 60s. It says jewelry heiress to host annual charity luncheon. And then it says the full article is on page 3. So of course we don't get the full article, which is a bummer, but I guess that's because again, you have to write all of that. We also have a full article about the international moose count being underway. So I think that is really neat. They actually printed it on paper that kind of feels like newspaper, a little bit, just a little bit thicker, but it has that tint to it. So points for authenticity so far. So we didn't have to even unwrap anything, but then look, you guys, we have a bunch of goodies. It looks like a whole plethora of like Christmas gifts for us to open up. So I don't know if there's any sort of rules to the order in which you open things, or if you open one thing at a time. It depends on how you like to write, I suppose. Like if you like to go ahead and try to open, you know, one thing at a time and kind of create different scenes and then put them all together, or if you need to lay out all of these inspiration things. Of course, you don't have to necessarily use every single item, right? It's definitely just to kind of get the juices flowing. I personally used to be a creative writer. I used to be a poet, so I could see myself just kind of latching on to maybe one of these things and writing a poem versus having a complete plot, because that's where I sometimes need a little help. So there is an envelope that says open last, so we'll save that. I'm having a feeling that that's probably going to be like our product card that sort of tells us all about the items, but I am super excited to open up some of the other goodies that might be used at this lovely luncheon. So the first thing has some green tissue paper and a little snowflake on top. I'm going to try to open up everything as neatly as I possibly can. So let's see what this first item is. It looks like maybe an apron. So this is pretty cool. This is a picture of the mansion. I guess this is probably where the luncheon is going to be hosted. And then on the back, we actually have a floor plan Ooh, it does tell us where the safe is behind a false wall bookcase. It sounds like maybe you're going to create a murder mystery or something here. We have the ballroom, the bedroom. This is the Devereaux Mansion second story. So I love that she has put all of this together. I thought it was just going to be a collection of lifestyle items, but really they are giving you a lot of elements of a plot to create a story. And how amazing it would be to get to read, you know, 10 of different stories inspired by the same box. I think being a judge of this might be one of the cool side perks of having this box. So yes, it looks like this is a little apron. So it kind of looks like maybe poly. You could also use it as a gardening apron. It's just in black, but it kind of looks like what like cater waiters would use, right? I personally really do love like little short aprons like this. I know the ones that go over your chest are to keep you nice and clean, but I feel like she is hosting the luncheon, but she's not probably doing the cooking. This is probably something that the staff would be wearing in the kitchen, right? So we got that. We also got, and everything's nestled in some red shred that I have to pull off. This has like a little Christmas tag, which it's blank, so you could use this little Christmas tag with the Christmas tree cut out, which I think is pretty fun. Trying to open, like I said, everything kind of neatly so that maybe I can take some photos for over on Instagram. All right, this is kind of a cool item, something that we do get in a lot of boxes, but that you might want to use just in the writing process. And it is a little tea infuser in the shape of a heart. These are always really cool. You just kind of push this through to open it up. Sometimes I have to kind of cheat and use something else because it's a little bit pokey, honestly, when you're doing it with your hand. Let's see if I can pop that open for you guys to show you. But these are always great for all the loose leaf tea that we get in so many other boxes. So of course I opened it up. You put your loose leaf tea in there. You can just kind of scoop it in and then close it back up, and then you just kind of set this, hook this onto the edge of your nice big mug for, you know, your writing. Let me know if you like to write in the old-fashioned way, like handwritten, or if you like to type, or if you're someone who likes to type on an old-school typewriter. I always think that's really cool when people type on old-school typewriters, but you guys know me, perfectionist tendencies, so I have to do it on a computer so that I can delete huge sections and move huge sections and keep old drafts. It's like so important to me. So I really love the idea of this box, even though I haven't written a short story in many, many years, just because I feel like this is something that would be on a lot of people's sort of New Year's resolutions to be more creative, to maybe get back to writing, because it really is just like so many other self-care practices. Like, I feel better when I am creating something, whether it's artwork or journaling or writing stories or poems. So maybe you're like that, or you know someone else who's like that who would really benefit from that creative outlet. We got something in a little red box, so let me go ahead and open this up. Ooh, this is pretty. So it was all nestled in some tissue, and it is this gorgeous little mandala tin. I don't know if it's a candle or if it's just a box. Ooh, goodness, I think it is our loose leaf tea. So yeah, it smells like tea, so it's just loose. At first I thought it was like spices because it looks kind of peppery, but there you go. You guys can see it, so you can scoop and use it. I did kind of sprinkle my floor with all of that, and I sprinkled my desk with it again, so it would have been good to have a little like warning on that. I probably should have given it a shake, but in all honesty, I kind of thought it was a candle, so I wasn't expecting that to happen. Hopefully I still have enough to take some photos of that. We got a little red bag, so let's open this one up. You guys, this is a lot of stuff. So far we've already done 3, and I see at least 4 more. So in this little red bag, ooh, you guys, here are the jewels. So we got quite a few of them. And these look like the ones that you would use like with a bedazzler. So they have like the little facets, but we've got quite a few of them. Let me see if I can hold them up. Lots of emeralds of all different sizes. So we have a couple really big ones like this one, and then we have quite a handful of the little ones. So that is super fun. So they're already like faceted, like they're coming off of someone's necklace. So maybe this is how they get it out of the mansion, is by taking a necklace apart. I forget what movie that was where they took it apart. It might have been like Ocean's 13 or however many they have. So let's see. So that's really cool, and I love these little emerald guys. Now I don't know exactly what I would use these for because I don't have a bedazzler these days, but I do like the idea of having little jewels. And of course, if you are a crafty person in other ways, if you're not just a writer, you could definitely stick them onto different things. Maybe like decorate a stocking, for example. All right, so we have another black box. Black boxes are always good. That's where all the secrets are, right? And here we have, it says Mrs. Devereaux's Candied Pears. Now, I'm wondering if this is a candle. I'm hoping it's a candle because it doesn't actually look like candied pears, but look how they created the label for that. So a lot of effort has gone into this very detail-oriented box, which I'm very impressed with. I love this idea, this concept. Yes, it's a candle. Ooh, that smells perfect for the season. So this is a great lifestyle item that, yes, is going to inspire you as you write, but also, of course, it goes along with the story. This is the kind of gift that I really like because, yes, it's kind of bringing your story to life, but also giving you that sensory inspiration. So this is not until the dessert course, though, so maybe you might have to get a little bit further in your plot, in your storyline before you get to light that up. You guys know me, I'm not a stickler with that. All right, and then we've got something wrapped in some buffalo plaid. Ooh, wow. So it's a little felt scarf. It's not like the highest quality scarf in all honesty, but look at the owl brooch. I feel like that is kind of the item that we're supposed to be looking at there. Look at how cool. So more jewels, but just kind of a soft like felt scarf, but you can kind of feel it's almost like the kind of felt that you put under the tree, you know, like to look like snow, but obviously in red. So you could definitely use it as a scarf, I suppose. It's definitely going to keep you warm, but it's kind of that thinner felt material. That's the best way to describe it. It does have tassels though. It could definitely decorate something as well. I could see putting this on your like under your tree as a tree skirt, or using it to put on like a snowman. Not necessarily a real one because it would get kind of wet, but I do think that brooch, which does of course come off, is a really cool item. So I'm not sure which of the guests is wearing this brooch with this little owl pin on it, but maybe it's Mrs. Devereaux. I don't know. I feel like I'm curious because of that image. Like whenever I get an image of a character, like I'm kind of stuck on it. But again, it says that this is happening in 2022, but maybe this is just an old picture, and maybe she is much older now. So, but she's the heiress. You guys let me know. Like my brain is already spinning, right? Because all these possibilities, like is she just in her 30s and hosting, but she likes that retro kind of style? Or is she like in her 80s and this is just like one big mystery? Finally, this is such cute packaging, you guys. And I do appreciate that some of this packaging you could definitely reuse for your own gift giving. Let's see if I can get into this though. Oh dear, I made quite the mess out of this twine. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, and then if I need to, I will restring it eventually, but I made a little bit of a rat's nest out of it. Wouldn't be a very good jewel heist person. So we got some peppermints. So these are like those peppermints that are almost like really crumbly, and we got a whole box of them. There's probably like 6 to 8 of them in there, so that's kind of a fun little treat. Now I do really like peppermints and candies like that because it keeps me awake when I'm trying to like type out and get a little bit more work done. So that's kind of fun. All right, let me see. I'm just gonna toss some of that loose leaf tea off to the side because now we get to go to our open last envelope, which will probably give us a recap of, I think we had 7 items. So we had the candy, we had the scarf and brooch, which kind of counts as 2, but we'll count it as 1. We got our tea infuser, our tea, our candied pears, candle, and then what else? Oh, our jewels, of course, and our apron. So yeah, 7 items, but really kind of 8. Let me just go ahead and open this up with my little letter opener. So, oh, I guess I already did that. Okay, so let's see inside of this nice envelope. It tells us the nitty-gritty about the contest, for example. So let's see. You can have, they gave you a 20% off code, but you guys use my code so that we can see this box again on the channel. And maybe you guys can share some of your stories. Definitely submit them to Promptly if you do this for sure. But you know, you can always submit them over in the Nobot Nook too. I would love to read them. So it says, thank you and happy holidays. Included is a list of the items in your box that must be used in your short story. So the story is 1,000 to 5,000 words. So definitely still a short story, but you must use the items. So it is a candle, the tea and infuser, the scarf and brooch. The brooch styles vary from box to box, so I'm very curious to know what else people got besides an owl. The peppermints, the waiter apron, so yeah, it is for the cater waiters. Emeralds, oh, the photo and floor plan, the menu, and the news article. So they're counting all of those like sort of paper gifts as well. So the photo, floor plan, menu, and news article. So that's a lot that you have to include. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to include all 10 of those items in your story. So it says, create a short story utilizing all of the items above. Keep it between 1,000 and 5,000 words. Submit your story in PDF format. Now that's interesting to me, but very easy to go ahead and move your story from, you know, Word, which is what I compose everything in, over to a PDF format. It says, if you submitted the winning story, we'll reach out and let you know. You'll then be featured in an upcoming box, have a short Q&A to be shared on our social media, and in a print out in the box you're featured in. You'll also receive this box free of charge. That's cool. So there's definitely incentive. If your story is selected, you get a little publicity and you get your story featured. That's pretty cool. And you get a free box. That's awesome. So it says you've automatically been entered to win one of the 6 prizes in our December giveaway. Scan the QR code below, and as always, ask us questions and they give us the email address. So that's kind of fun. So there's like a little extra giveaway. So I do love that. I appreciate that they gave us, you know, sort of the nitty gritty about the contest, but also that they told us all of the items that you have to include. It doesn't have a deadline, so I'm not sure if it's just by like the end of the month or if it's, you know, a little bit into the next month. Hopefully it is. I think she gives you like 3 to 4 weeks for sure though. So you guys, let me know what you thought about the concept of this box. I think it is super fun. In terms of the actual items that I enjoy, that I think are useful, I love, of course, the candle, of course, the tea and the infuser, the apron, definitely useful. You know, the fun little jewels, to me, those are just like extras to help you be inspired for your story. Same with the paper goods. They're not necessarily things that you would use in your daily life, but you can just have them sort of out on your writing desk. But you guys, I'm sure all of you have already thought of someone in your life, or maybe yourself. Maybe you used to be a creative writer and you've just kind of let it go by the wayside and you're like, maybe that is something that I want to explore again in the new year. I think this is a really fun box to start with because it does have some wintry holiday themes going on, and it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a mystery, right? When there's a hidden safe with jewels inside, it seems like there's going to be a little bit of intrigue going on. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please help me out with a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what your favorite item was. Let me know if you consider yourself a writer or would like to be an aspiring writer, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.